So, with the recent news that Arsene Wenger is going to retire at the end of the season after 22 years with Arsenal, we've got a little team selection application here. So, Arsene Wenger is set to leave Arsenal, but who would be in the greatest 11 to play under the Frenchman? So, this is what I'm going to do now. I want you to write your thoughts in the comments section, see if you agree with these entries, and see what our options are. So I think we'll keep it at a 4-4-2. We can always change it. We'll see what players are on offer. And let's start off with the goalkeeper. We've got three choices there, and it's a very obvious choice. It's got to be David Seaman, not just for longevity, but he was such an influential figure, such a strong goalkeeper for a number of years. Jens Lehmann, he was there for the Invincibles. He had a few good seasons, but he could be a bit eccentric at times. He wasn't, although he's a very good goalkeeper, I wouldn't call him one of the best. And Petr Cech, he was slightly past his best when he joined Arsenal. He had his better years at Chelsea, so it's got to be David Seaman. Only one answer there. Now, right back, this is a difficult one. So we've got really Hector Bellerin in more recent years. He's gone off form for the last couple of seasons. Lee Dixon, he wasn't spectacular, but he was solid. Lauren, he was there for the Invincibles. He was a decent player. Again, didn't really stand out. Bakary Sagna, he was a good right back. And really, we've got four options here. We've got Sagna, Dixon, Lauren, and Bellerin. And I think the popular choice would be Lee Dixon, but I am going to be slightly controversial. Maybe I'm going to go with Bakary Sagna because I thought he was, even though he didn't win much with Arsenal, he was a very solid right back. Always one of the best in the league, in my opinion. So I think he has to be at right back. But if not him, I would have picked Lee Dixon. And at the left, there's only one guy it could be, Ashley Cole. He was brilliant. He was there for the Invincibles as well. He joined Chelsea later on, but he was fantastic for Arsenal and consistently. I mean, he's the best left back in the Premier League ever, as far as I'm concerned. So we've got two more centre-back spots to fill, and this is quite difficult. We've got Tony Adams for captain, Steve Bowles, Sol Campbell, Martin Keown, Laurent Koscielny in recent seasons is in with a shout, Kolo Touré as well, who he was there for the Invincibles, but is he one of the best ever centre-backs? I'm not sure. Nigel Winterburn, he was left back. He'd be the only choice other than Ashley Cole, but Ashley Cole had to be there. I think Tony Adams has got to be the first choice. He has to be there, and for me, for second choice, I think has to be Sol Campbell. I think he's very underrated. He was one of the best centre backs the Premier League has seen. And for me, that back four is a very solid back four. So let's move into the midfield positions now. Let's start on the right wing. And for me, there's only two. There's three possibilities on the wing. And they are, for two I'm going to pick, and for one who narrowly misses out, who is Marc Overmars. And he was a fantastic player, but I just give the edge to Robert Pires and Freddie Ljungberg on the left. And you could also say Alexis Sanchez is in with a shout, but I'm going to pick, has to be Pires and Ljungberg. And in the centre, the first name you always hear of is always Vieira. You could put Ray Parlour, Emmanuel Petit, Cesc Fabregas. I wouldn't put Ramsey there. Gilberto Silva, quality player. not Wilshere. It's got to be Vieira, and for me, for second one, who basically held the Arsenal team together in the mid to late 2000s, Cesc Fabregas, and he deserved to win a lot more of the club. In his first spell with Arsenal, he was a fantastic player. A really, really great player. So that would be my midfield. I'd have Vieira and Fabregas. Fabregas, who could push forward while Vieira does all the dirty work in the centre of the park. Ljungberg and Perez with their skills on the flanks. I think that's a great midfield. And up front, look no further than Thierry Henry. Absolutely. In fact, I'll put him on the left. Let's just stick Carnu there. I'm not going to stick with Carnu. Thierry Henry on the left. He was left-footed, I think. As a Manchester United supporter, other than Manchester United players, Thierry Henry was my favourite player to watch growing up. He was something else. Nicolas Anelka was only there for a season, even though he had a good season, so I wouldn't put him there. Dennis Bergkamp, he played for the majority of the time with Thierry Henry, and he was so skillful. So it has to be Bergkamp and Henry, but if Bergkamp wasn't there, I would think of Robin van Persie or Ian Wright. They had some incredible strikers there. So that would be my 11. David Seaman in goal, Sagna, Adams, Campbell and Cole in defence, Perez, Vieira, Fabregas and Ljungberg in midfield, and Bergkamp and Henry up front. And a lot of that team, you've got Cole, Campbell, Perez, Vieira, Ljungberg, Bergkamp and Henry, who were all from the Invincibles years. Sagna, more mid-late for 2000s, same as Cesc Fabregas. They are the two players that make it in from more recent years. Sagna, the more controversial pick there. Seaman, more from the earlier days. And with Tony Adams as well, but it just shows that that team there would challenge any Premier League team of any season since it started. I mean, it's full of flair, full of physical strength, it's brilliant team. So let me know what you think of this team selection, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Would you have Dixon over Sagna? Would you? I can't see how anyone could have anyone over Thierry Henry, even Dennis Bergkamp. Would anyone put Van Persie in there? What about Gilberto Silva in midfield, Fabregas, or Marc Overmars for Freddie Ljungberg? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. But Arsene Wenger will be a big miss for Arsenal.